chocolate chip cookies, you're the best. The energy behind them is phenomenal. Because I was just talking about my grandma, and then at midpoint, eating one. My son just got back home from his dad's side. So anyway, I didn't get a text back with regards to it. So I was just like excited that it came home. So anyway, no, how do you get a cookie stuck in your teeth? Let's will it out. We did it. We did it. Bravo to manifestation. Okay. So this is continuance of part 2. Being that we just got interrupted by a pleasant surprise. And, so... Boy, that changed the whole atmosphere. Let me tell you something. My, whatchamacallits? Oh, by the way, when I was putting away some stuff, like, the bananagrams, bumped into my work, like, Ziploc bag thingy, and, it messed, like, with the letters, so, as I was putting them away, the only two that, were resistant to putting back in, were the letters RM. And now these things are shifting. What is this? 9. Sustenance in reverse, and 13 in reverse, which is God of Earth. Earth element, pentacles, and water element, cups. So 9 of cups in reverse, and the elemental of Earth, so elemental of pentacles in reverse. So, so Spirit is personally invested. How do I say it? Like, in my pocket is what they're saying. I have elemental, like the golden ticket. Like, shh. Like, keep it secret, keep it safe. That's what they're saying. Oh my gosh. Because what we're thinking about is 9 of cups in reverse. Like, what truly brings us happiness. And to follow that lead. And don't share, your plans with everyone. Like, it's not really to keep people guessing. It's like none of their freaking business. This is our journey, And so that's where Spirit is like kind of leading us. Excuse me for just a moment. Okay, I have to light one more up. I forgot. And it's like I was just getting something to drink real quick at another place. And it's like, I'm not even really dressed up. I'm wearing a dress. I literally just rolled out of bed after, not feeling very well. And then, put on my usual scope of jewelry and made sure, like, the eye crest was off. But, like, a couple of, like, suited dudes were looking at me and, like, smiling and, kind of flirting or whatever. And I'm just like, but like, you don't reciprocate too much with that energy because they're so used to getting all of that attention. And it's like, for what means, so anyway, that's how you are, like, my new self is meant to conduct self. Like, you don't take advantage of every single opportunity because not every single opportunity is the best suited for you. And just because you're dressed a certain way, like, even though I'm wearing like it's like down to my, knees. But, it's, it's still, I don't know, form-fitting, whatnot. But, I'm covered up. Okay. And, I'm not trying to advertise anything. I just want to look good, feel good, and that's just it. So when it comes to people who respond to any type of your prowess, you have to put that like into perspective. Okay, what gives you the best advantage, like the the best opportunities out there? You're not looking to like like fight tooth and nail over scraps, I mean, you recently got a refresher's view of that. So really, angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, and that of my light and love crew. Thank you so very much. You are awesome. Okay. Now we've laid down that law as formality, thinking about, like, what brings us happiness, because Spirit is giving us that pentacle. Like, just keep that, don't keep it in your regular pocket where it could fall out. Keep it, like, close to your heart. Like, put it, like, right, you know, put it there. You know, keep it secret, keep it safe. Seriously. Okay, we're gonna do that just for the enactment of, you know, we're gonna keep just right at that heart chakra. You know, we're gonna do that. So I thought I was gonna have to, like, limit my availability, but, like, on the way to work, I got to speak to the manager. My clairaudience kicked in, and they said 2 weeks, you know, however bittersweet it is, or however, like, cutthroat it is. Like, if you're treated like a number, then that accentuates, like, you should definitely not be there. Don't, you know, you probably shouldn't even give them the consideration of 2 weeks if they're going to be cutthroat like that. And because every single moment that you're there, it is a fucking blessing, whether or not they validate it as so. Okay? So, I think this is the Shapeshifter Tarot. Gosh. Oh, let's not forget about that cookie. Holy smokes. No. Okay, 9 Strength and 10 Burden. So, this is 9 of Wands in reverse and 10 of Wands also in reverse. Let me see here. So, it's kind of just like letting go of, I don't know. I just, like, made friends with the cookie spirits or something. So good. What they're saying here is acknowledge your threshold here. Because 9 of Wands here in reverse is if this is a portrayal of strength, standing your ground, knowing your boundaries. And if it's coming in reverse, pertaining to letting go of 10 of Wands, which is a burden, letting go of that. Know your threshold. Let go of that stuff. It's not saying lowering your boundaries. It's saying this is strength training, knowing what you have to let go of. And even though it feels like it's a comfort zone because it's finances in the interim, I did the math. And it's like with the hours, maximum hours that I'm able to attain under this, knowing, like, the relevancy of, like, the bullshit factor. Like, I'm a strong person. I'm resilient. I can handle these things because I already know the know-how. I already know how people, like, work, and how they work the system. So I know how to maintain my cool. I know how to, and I know when I can speak my part. And, it's like, I just know. So, you know, when you do the math, when you look at the hard lines, the bottom line, it's like, I'm getting paid less than minimum wage if I really look at the numbers. And considering that it siphons out several fractions of my day, that leaves less opportunity to seek what else is out there, or just to put myself out there as accurately as possible, to be my own person. And, like, I trust myself when it comes to, like, business management. I know, like, the bullshit within several frames of the hierarchy. So, and I also know my own personal bullshit. So, like, you know, when it comes to that comfort zone, and, like, the weak points of, like, yes, I want everyone to be, like, in the same league. I want us to, like, have, like, that formal buddy system. But, you know, I can see how sometimes that kind of frame of fraternizing can get in the way of getting things done, because everybody, you know, will try to take advantage of that once they're in the inner circle. So that understanding of the Hangman in reverse plays a huge it's huge when you're taking that step forward. So Spirit, what do you want to say? Because I was going to pull out my pendulum for like further accentuating validation as far as before, speaking with my boss. Goodness gracious. Sorcerer. This is a magician in reverse, okay? What do you want to say about this? Why is everything in reverse so far? Is everything in reverse here? No. Yes? Yes? Let's see what happens if I turn the cards right side up, okay? So why do we have the magician in reverse? Is there someone like doing like foul witchery on me? Or, like, because I know I'm not doing anything bad. Okay. This is 12, Warrior of Water. This is the cup energy. Okay, so this is the King of Cups in reverse. 3, the Empress. Okay, the Mother. 8 of Wands, upright. Okay. 7 of Swords. This is separate. Okay. 12. Okay, so that's the King of Pentacles. And then 11. Wait. No. When I say 12, right. Okay. So 11, 12. I have to see. Okay, so let's think about this. 10 would be, okay, it goes back to 10. Then 11 is Page. 12 is Knight. Okay, so we got to reorient this. 12 is Knight. 13 is Queens. 14 is Kings. Let me just double check this. Yeah. Let me just double check. I just want to double check. Okay, yeah, so it goes, if it goes to 13, then it goes to 14. So, let's repeat this again. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, chivalry is like dead. Or, let's think about this positively. Okay, maybe up front, chivalry is dead. Like the act of courtesy, kindness, etiquette, not just bedside etiquette, business etiquette. Okay, and it's like people treat you like a number, and you just kind of move on. And with that, you have to understand like the nature of the possibility, the reality of people being cutthroat. And with that, you don't put your like emotional eggs all in someone's basket, especially if they supported you for X amount of time. If you've been in a business in like employed for like 4 years plus, and they're still treating you like BS, you think that you have some kind of camaraderie there, some kind of leverage. Like, I expressed loyalty during the hard times, the unforeseen circumstances. I put out all those fires. I did X amount for you, and still you're cutting me loose, like without any regard whatsoever. This is expressed as almost like a layoff energy, right? And you see that it doesn't have to happen to you to understand what that those vibes are like. It could be somebody that you like, your coworker that you like. That's my like work boo, that's my work sister, and like so when you. So that's what's happening, okay? I don't feel like that's expressed in my field, like where I'm currently at. I don't think they're like cutthroat with me, but it's the idea of it in order to be able to move on to the next step, because you don't want to get entangled in those propositions, in those like those impressions. So it's like, you know what? It's non-relevant to where I need to be. I don't need to be carrying any of the proposed baggage, any of those realities of baggage, like with me, okay? Because I know what I need to do. And, business ethics, like work ethic, is to still represent that, but knowing that you're not necessarily going to get the return. So you gotta kind of like weigh things, as an empress would. Sometimes it's worthy to set an example, but if you know that you don't have listeners, if you know you don't have like people who are willing to like learn within that atmosphere, it's wasted investment. Like we could invest better elsewhere. Okay, so it's just kind of knowing that in the background, The Empress. It's wonderful that we got this here, because next up is Eight of Wands. Like the Empress has spoken, and whether that's by like vocally speaking or if it's energetically speaking. Like I ran into another manager there, and he got it. He understood. Yeah, I didn't have to play nicey, like yes sir, right on, awesome, etc. Like I didn't have to be a yes man at that point. And you know why. Like, you didn't get to that level to, like, be, like, no. So, on the separate note, on the side, we had Seven of Swords. It's labeled as deception. Knight of Pentacles. And Page of Pentacles. So while in the search of the next investment, it may take some time. Like it has taken some time. It doesn't need to take any extra time than it already has. But like everything has like a processing time. And in the spiritual realm, time is a fee, some sort. Like your patience. Okay. And there's all kinds of fear-based like triggers out there. What song I'm hearing? Blackalicious, Don't Let Money Change You. That's what it's saying here. Yeah, that's interesting. And that's why I took up this job, because I'm like, this is something that I can do in the interim. And it's, even though people like from other realms of my like employment history would be like, oh, that's kind of beneath you, etc., etc. It's like, are they paying my bills? I don't think so. Okay. Do they know my situation? Like, you do what you gotta do, right? Without compromising your faith, right? So looking at this, the Seven of Swords, okay. What does this mean here? So I've spoken. It's like making the move for it. Like a seal in the night, almost. Like regardless of what energy is out there trying to like mix up my my next like game plan, we still make a move for it. Seven of Swords isn't just about the person walking away, like making a steal for it, like kind of deception, in the night. This is because that's overall like one facet of perception. Sometimes this card is needed when you're escaping like or even leaving a very tricky situation. Like, I don't need to burn all bridges. I know that I have in some instances, but that was very like, I was called to do that. And that's taboo in the business world. You don't burn bridges. You never know who's connected or who you're going to work with, or you need to work with again. And it's like, mother, no. I don't want to work with that individual for that individual ever again, if I ever do. You know what that means? That means if I go back to them, I would be groveling, and it's not a matter of pride. Okay, this is a matter of self-respect, because that person treated me so wrong. I will never, ever, ever allow that again. Yeah, that's what that is. So, everything bounces back, okay? So even if they're networked with like the highest of the most high within like the Hollywood business or whatever, people will know. Well, those networks will come to know that how disloyal and how despicable that energy is compared to yours. When they get to know yours, man, the tables will turn. So like, don't live in fear, okay? You could be that new person. Like, you know how tables turn? You could be assuming that same position within the highest of the most high, networked with like the best of the best, and it being totally valid. So, when it comes to the next opportunities, Spirit's saying that this is like a sneak attack. The Empress has spoken. That's what it's saying here. Yeah, that's crazy. It's a 3 and 3. Looking at this, yeah, it's very validating here. Because even if you place it in a column, it's very validating. Okay. All right, let's have some more of that cookie. So good. At varying temperatures, I was starting to get worried. I was like, it's not going to be warm again, but let's give it a whirl. It's so good. And sometimes you gotta let go of certain things. Like I am very happy that, you know, that I can be like a little bit relaxed with letting things unfold. Like when the kids spend time with their dad, this is good. I feel like it's healthy to be able to like allow for, you know, that time, because like we're making the most out of the opportunities that we have with our children. And I'm going to think best of like what's proceeding along, because the experiences that are built for our children is great. Like if this presents the opportunity, even if it's like for me, it's long-standing. I know I can vouch for that. But for the other side, I don't know, because of past experiences where they displayed otherwise. But knowing that, at least in the interim, that my kids are getting more pleasant opportunities with their dad, regardless of whatever like manipulations there are to like win court cases or whatever. Like I have to believe that like even that short-term investment, hopefully it projects to longer or whatever, but give like any investment whatsoever from both sides is fortifying for the kids. And I'm like, I'm all for it. I'm good with that, you know? So like, and that just like strengthens them, so that if like there's major turbulence like it was in the past expressed from the other side, then the kids are much more fortified to be able to like speak up for themselves. Do you know how wonderful that is? Like, come on, blessings in disguise. I don't have to micromanage. I don't have to like, and it's like, it's good. It's good. So anyway, things are, you know, coming up for the better. And like the more active I stay and focused and doing like getting things done, and like the whole teamwork aspect of locality is like fucking magnificent, let me tell you. So, you know, what do you want to say? Is there anything else, Spirit? Water element cups, 4, decadence. So 4 of cups. Okay. I don't know. I feel like for this one, because we have the dragon solar energy here, and we have the seals like laying out, like kind of just like just toasting in the sun, just chilling out, like feeling the vibes, just happy. And then like the ancestors built in the formation. I feel like this is more of like an ignorance is bliss thing. Like this is good. Everybody like living their peace in their own world. And I don't know, 4 of Cups is what is it? It's almost like avarice, they say, or like I don't want to play with you or whatever. Like, but this one is definitely more peaceful. It's like I don't need to take another cup right now. Like I'm kind of chill without having to play with anybody. I'm like I'm not disgruntled. I'm just like happy, like right here, you know, as it is. Like I don't know if I feel happy like just right here and settled, but like I don't feel like there's any worrying, not wanting to play with like this or that, you know. So there's a certain amount of peacefulness in that. Interesting. 12 of Wands. Okay. So that's Knight of Wands in reverse. It's kind of like a player energy. Player energy is like Knights or Kings of Wands in reverse, or even Queen of Wands in reverse. Generally speaking, we have the hummingbird delivering so this is like joyous truth being delivered. But that's an upright here. You see? Messenger. News has arrived. Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, you know, because of that peacefulness, because like that transformed energy of the 4 of Cups. Okay, let's assess real quick. What's the 4 of Cups in reverse if it means that? It means like you're not settled in, like you want to have that cup, you want to have that delivering cup from Spirit, like that refresher. But for right now, things are just chill. So things are chill right now, and because of that chill, holy smokes, that expedites delivery of like hopeful, happy news. It's like in disguise. Nobody else can receive it. It's not only encrypted, but delivered in... Oh, somebody's trying to latch onto me. Fuck that. Fuck that. You're going back. If not down. Out. Interesting. Trying to attach to my spleen. And then to my solar plexus, I felt it like it was like a sinking, like nasty feeling. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yep, definitely. It was like it all of a sudden like spread into like my stomach started feeling fucked up until like I removed it. So sent it back and they shall be surprised. Yeah. I heard that they're gonna get the shits. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway, like it's completely gone. It was so weird. That was crazy. Anyway, for anyone that doubts me and choose and would like to use my divination sessions as a way to discredit me, they shall see the power of Spirit within their many forms. They shall see. They shall come to experience. The truth of what I do. You know, I have to tell you, I get to say this finally, that I had, like, back when I was a child, I remember that one of my cousins used to, like, she does not, like, she has, like, those underhanded comments all the time, like, and I don't know what goes on in her mental state, but, like, nobody will ever say anything. But I got to say something, you know. It's like one of those fake friends, because she used to, like, watch my stuff and pretend like, oh, it sounds like you're dealing with a lot of energy vampires, etc., etc. And then she would give me, like, some advice or whatever. And then, like, for some time I was like, okay, but it's like the same shit, different day, when I would get these texts and she would, like, I don't know, it's like micromanage, like, energy vampiring kind of thing. And so, I remember back in the day, she would call me a ditz. She would call me straight up an airhead. And it wasn't like I would say things. In fact, I say, like, more now than I did before, but it wasn't because of the verbiage that I used, but because of my dreaminess. And she I think it was because of how people praised what I looked like. And I wasn't, like, a pretty girl. Like, the thing is that I was never considered pretty. I was at best cute. Like, I could never go past that level. And back in the 90s and 2000s, pretty was, like, the thing. So cute was just, like, I was forever going to be just, like, cute. That's it. And to be seen within a different, like, label meant something else. I don't know what it was. Like, it gave you more leverage to, like, to be pretty or whatever. I don't know. But somehow, like, within the family unit, I was always praised to, like, be like very attractive. And even still, also with her mom, also known to be attractive back in her heyday. I think the fact that my cousin was definitely never, ever considered pretty or even cute, and she was kind of, like, formed to be, like, you know, like, put in the cheerleader squad or whatever, that she could never be, like, in on the in. And I don't know, like, maybe that gets to somebody, you know, when, like, I was never a cheerleader. Like, I kind of, like, wanted to be, because, like, I wanted to be part of a team or something, and but I just never vibed with that crew. I just never, and it was expensive to join, and it was, like, I don't know, it was, even I would, even if I, like, got, like, the uniforms and all of that and paid and, like, the availability, if I just don't, the personalities were just very different. So, like, it was just not my crew. So I'm very thankful that my parents decided not to invest in that they, you know, had other priorities. But, like, the fact that, like, I think there are some jealousies there. I'm pretty sure that there were, and that there still are, that she can never be me. And I think, like, there's something more to it. Like, I don't care to divulge, but I was let in on many things, and told to keep her away. Like, no. It's gross, that energy. It's like two-timing energy on the spiritual realm. I don't understand it, but, like, I tend to forget because like I want it to be water under the bridge, so, let's move on. But like if I rewind back, let me tell you this, because this is part of like the solar plexus chakra solidification thing, is that she used to call me a ditz all the time and laugh, and she would make all these underhanded comments and jokes that weren't funny at all to any of the, our family crew. Peer level, definitely not. But people like were just like kind of water under the bridge thing. Just like, dude, there's something defective there. I don't know what, but let's just like move on with our day. Let's not make it any more uncomfortable than it already is, okay? So everybody has that, I think, and they're some kind of family subset. And so like Spirit says, like, don't be afraid of like having to speak that shit out. Like, that was your experience, and that's how it was. And if it weren't for that one time that you were at your grandma's house at a family gathering and you decided like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, like, I didn't say that, but I was like, screw it. Like, I could just be myself. Like, I don't have to hold back. Like, if I say something, like, if I think something, I can just say it. And so from that point on, like, that, I don't know when it was. Like, I was some kind of like a teenager at some time, but I started like, just speaking I was just starting to like just talk like how I normally am on the inside. And it was like introversion turned completely out. And it's like everybody was laughing at every single thing. Like, I was on a roll for hours. And from that point on, like, even my oldest cousin, who's like, he's hard to reach or whatever, like, he's his own person. He even told me like, what's up with you, Tina? Like, all of a sudden you're funnier. I was always like this. I just decided to be like this, And he's like, oh, that's cool. And then that was it. Like, he does not have to say much, but his word is like bond, like, it's solid, so, and I was like, that's cool. Like, I wasn't like, oh, you're so, like, I didn't do that shit. Like, with him just inputting that little piece in his own way, I learned from him, like, to reciprocate immediately in that manner. It was like magic. And, from that point on, she could never, ever call me like a ditz. She would never, ever. Do you know how powerful that is to have like moral support? Do you know how so much more massively important it is to speak up, to be like finally like not having to people please, not having to like put your emotional eggs in somebody's basket that's unworthy of it, like that tells you energetically it's a no. No. Even if she sees this, even if her mother sees this, even if like any other family member sees this, it's okay. Because you know what? That was my experience, and it was very real. And I will have to say, I'm going to applaud to that, because you know what? It led to my growth. It led to being able to share the experience with others. And I don't even have to call out the name, because remember, energy goes by different names, okay? So it's not important whose name it falls under, okay? It's most important that we see and call out the energy for what it is, and we grow from it, we learn from it. And more importantly, we say that it's not okay, whether it's directly or indirectly, so long as the message is received. Because the more firm you are, the more direct it is, regardless of which route it takes. Okay. I'm telling you, that chocolate chip cookie is making a comeback. See, RM is still on here. And I looked up what the triage means, because like I didn't know. I thought it was like affiliated with the ICU, but it's like partially that. It's like the lobby area where you decide. It's a determining factor of like the dexterity. I'm hearing ringing. 3:50 on the clock. Ooh. Yeah. That has to do with the content of this. The triage of where people are on the journey. like with like the danger zone, danger assessment. Okay, so what wanted to show itself to me? It's air element, it's wands, it's four of wands in reverse. So this is definitely self-certification. I wanted to say self-fortifying, but they started saying cert. A self-certification that we're building the roots, that it may not look like we're sprouting much on the top, especially it being winter time, that like I think it's kind of dormant, kind of in hibernation on the top, but in the bottom the roots are solidified and good. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Anything else? Okay, anything else, Spirit, before we move to bananagrams? Uh-oh. Did it spill into there? No. Okay. Okay, so this is the Sun card. Absolutely. The Sun has turned up from the previous state to this. Like, do you know what this is? This is the clearing of the land now. Because we saw the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra protecting me. Protecting our energy. Okay? And with the clearing of the land, this is absolute. Like, we are our own vehicle. This is Phoenix energy. And you see there's roots here. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. And a dove off to the corner. So this is definitely a sign of hope. And like a spark of your own flame, Tina. This is Lion, Leo, Falcon, Phoenix energy. It's like taking that prize home. Somebody tried to send back the energy. Hold on. Somebody tried to put that, when I told you what they're going to get back, they tried to project it onto me. I felt it. And I sent it back in a big red bow package. Yes, I did. So we don't have to accept it just because we're receptive to it. Mind you, empaths, like the part of receptivity is also learning what's out there, not just sheer acceptance of it all. And you should be very, very proud of yourself for getting this far. Because this is huge pentacle energy. That's a huge take home. That's highly abundant. That's excellent. Okay. Right here is it's fortune. It's 2 of wands, and what wanted to come out, like what, that was weird. Okay. This is dragon egg energy, like the honey pot, you see that? The beehive mentality, like the dragon is protecting it as an egg. There's triples of like triad energy when it comes to apples. Do you see that? 369, that's like 9 of Pentacles right here within the 2 of Wands. We know we've summed up the world like truly as it is, like what we've manifested, who we are, and what's out there. Like we're reflecting those opportunities, so nobody can take them. It's not for them. And even if they steal it, like there's a divine tracking unit that like just spirit, they're adding it up on the tab. So the goddess of earth, so 12, 13, 14. Oh, that's then that would be the King of Pentacles. I thought it was the Queen of Pentacles right there. And it's right behind that. Yeah, that's the King of Pentacles right there. That's definitely divine abundance. You see the rabbit there? So Astara is making an appearance here when it comes to, like, you know, or Easter, however you want to see. But we see the black here, you know, the shadow of hope right here. You see how it's like a yin and yang type of energy? The continuance of it. So this is about like having like a winner's mentality. Yeah, and this is very magical within manifestation, because even though this is like the King of Pentacles or Crone of Pentacles, you see that cup over here? That is being able to summon sentience, and yeah, definitely there's something like, most definitely when it comes to like the tie-in of the picture, because we see the black and the white here and the sun right here and the sun back here too, so it's a continuance of that. Yeah, so behind her though, well, there's several here, I don't know, I have to look at that, is 4 merging, 4 of Swords merging. So this is like a comprehensive view, input, meditation of what we've gone through before, and like how it took us this far. It's Falcon energy. You see that partition, like hawk, Falcon energy. Being able to look at that, like going through the woods, the thick of it. Yeah. So we've already gone through the thick of it, but like what's behind here is 8 courage, that's strength, and then 7 power. This is freaking excellent. You see this? That's 2 major arcana here. We have strength and the Chariot. This is excellent. See, again, we have Egyptian energy right there, the Sphinx. We have major Egyptian cat energy behind us, so that's Bastet. Bastet is like, and even like Native American, we have the bear energy there. I forget what you call that. The bear energy? Hold on a sec. Somebody keeps trying to send that stuff back. It's not mine. And sometimes you need to have several repetitions of it, but you have to be thankful for the blessings in disguise, because it's practice. It takes practice. It doesn't have to take a village with every single trial, but it does take practice to refortify. And once you constantly refortify yourself, guess what? You upgrade yourself into a higher league. And, you know, like when you do that, your team becomes inevitably stronger. And it's just like, it's a gift that just keeps giving. So don't like curse at like these opportunities that you get. That this is a reminder for myself as well. And like, I don't know, like it just amazes me when I can do these things without the extra help. Like, I'm happy to be able to like know my own strength as it unfolds. So King of Pentacles here, very much a nature lover, very much well-balanced, industrious, studious within the field, and just strong at moving forward. So this accentuated itself. That's excellent. Somebody's really trying hard to get to me. Okay. All right, now it is time for the banana crumbs. Oh, where did we put them? Oh, right over here. Right over here. All right, so I'm told to put these cards here. Okay, let's lay it all out. I love it. This is beautiful. Arms are outstretched. This is wonderful. And courage to has Mama Bear on it, honestly. I love it. This is good. This is just like the good stuff. Okay, what fell on Goddess of Earth is you. And it came in like a rainbow. See, my grandma is telling me that I deliver hope in this world. And it takes some others time to actually see that energy in me, but I already see Quill in here. I'm writing it, I'm scribing it into reality. So okay, other than you we have NROVLTCITLCNOGIQ. So Quill is in here. I feel like I have to read out names here. But we only have a few vowels. It's hard to do it without the E's here, or the A's, but that's okay. I see Colin. It's the first time I've seen Colin. Who else do you want me to name off, Spirit? Rovi? I see Toil, RV, TNCs, like terms and conditions. Lauren, but with an I instead of that's a Lorin. It's very different. Roll. There's another name in here. Gil. That's someone's name. Guilt. I'm seeing someone feels guilty for doing that. So like it's not like me calling these things out is not being the bad guy. Somebody needs to be able to say something at some point, especially if they're constantly like taking down energy that has that has the opportunity to be bright, they need to be called out at some point. Otherwise we're not like, I don't know. Like, I refuse to feel bad having to speak up, knowing, like, in several instances, that if you don't see somebody, like, laughing on the other end about your comments, that should say something, But, like, you have to be direct at some point. I see coin here. Ron again. Okay. So I feel like quill is important. I also see quilt. Lung. Loin. And I also see lion. I think lion is very important here also, given the Bastet energy. Yeah, sometimes we have to realize that in order to for people to make a comeback with their own pride, they try to make you feel bad for speaking up. And when it comes to guilt, like, you have to realize that is a projection in itself. Like, I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty, but my purpose is for others to take accountability for their actions or inactions. Okay. Okay. I see clout. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, I can't really. Okay. Lion. I see grunt. you know, that comeback must have really come through hard if I'm seeing grunt here. That should tell you what kind of energy that they were trying to project to me. What kind of darkness and persistence in it to put my way. And it's, you know, like, people, this is just a reiteration. I don't do dark magic. If it comes to me, I'm forced to, like, work with that energy. So I don't consider that doing dark magic. I am simply, like, faced with what it is as a resource, and I do what I'm told with it, like, for the highest good. CNC. Maybe it's like the CNC, maybe CNC Music Factory. Dun, 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 dun. What is that song? I don't know. I'm seeing that here. GOVT. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing government. The initials for government. What? My previous reading was blocked in several countries. Like, it was several, like, it didn't even take a few minutes. But it was blocked out in several countries for some bogus thing. So, yeah, this is like government stuff. That's crazy. Okay. I don't know. I see CNC, but I also see, like, eyes watching to be set. But I also see... that's interesting. Give me a second. I'm looking at things are being unchained, unhinged. That's what that is. Do you know how crazy that is? That is crazy. Let me show you. I'm going to show you. The chains are being broken. Oh my gosh. And I laid it over the power card. I didn't even realize it. I was like, oh, maybe it looks like the span of the goddess of earth or the crone or king of pentacles. It fits like right between her hands, so I might as well put it there. But it made more sense after I moved it that it belonged on the power card, the chariot card. We're going places here when it comes to the revolution, the Reformation. Let me show you. Do you see that? Do you see that? Like, it was right there. It's like unbreaking those chains. And then looking at it right over here, how it also fits, like, right between her hands. See? Like the manifestation part of it. Do you see how freaking amazing that is? That's amazing. Holy smokes. That's awesome. And now, I'd like to go ahead and take a moment to thank my sponsors, my supporters, those donations sent in light and love for this timeless energy reading. I truly appreciate it. And, you know, when dropping in donations, don't feel ashamed. If it's $1, if it's $5, I certainly appreciate it. If it's 1,000, I'd love it too. Or the multi. I appreciate it. So, I think that's it. I think that's just it. But now that this reading is officially over, upon closing all portals, I send all energies back. Upon closing portals, I send all energies back to where they came from, outside of my energy, outside of viewing any of my zones. I close them all, sending all energies back with their appropriate karma due. All forms, yes indeed, in light and love. Thank you so very much for respecting my time, my energy, my space in advance. Sending all energies back, closing all portals. Now.